welcome back. This is part 9 of my playthrough of Final Fantasy I, the Pixel Remaster, and if you're joining me for this, hopefully you've made it through the first 8 parts and been at least mildly entertained. I've been playing Final Fantasy since this first came out on the Nintendo, and sort of one of the main points of me making these videos is really just to sort of share the perspective of one of the old guy gamers that's been around with Final Fantasy since the beginning, and have seen some of the ways it's changed from the get-go and watched it evolve in real time, instead of what a lot of people have done, I imagine, is start with FF7, FF10 or something, fell in love with the series and then went back. And if that's how you got into Final Fantasy, more power to you. Love having you as part of the fandom. I've been around it since the beginning and have played almost every Final Fantasy game that there is. And so decided to do these videos once the remaster came out, just as an homage to my love of the series since it first appeared in my life. So, to date we have gone through only one of the Fiend temples, the Temple of Earth, and defeated the Lich. Went into the Water Temple last time and just cleared out the top floor, unlocked the mermaids from their unlocked doors. Don't know why they can't get out, but they'll hide in their rooms apparently. So raided them, got the Rosetta Stone, took it to Dr. Une, who taught us Lufenian, and now we are on our way to the Lufenian town so that we can retrieve the chime. The chime will allow us to access the Mirage Tower. Holy cannolis. With a lot of undead things. Therefore, Light Axe, Mage Staff, and you know what? Don't let them. Let's see what all the AoEs can do here. That will only hurt the Minotaur zombies for a small, 100 each, so it's not bad. I've seen worse. Thundara with Palin did even more. That's fantastic. Fyra, probably not going to do as much stats as abilities, but that's why these free AoE spells from the items are so much fun, is because in one round that's 6 enemies down and spent no magic whatsoever. That is really the whole purpose of using those items. If you're doing a monk solo walkthrough or playthrough of the game, the items are really nice to sort of speed some of the larger battles along, because then he can start killing multiple bad guys with lower hit points in one round, instead of having to one at a time pick through a battle of 9 foes. Still, it can be a little rough because he's taking damage that whole time, so a lot of times you have to stop and heal yourself, and that walk right there can be tough sometimes, but this time we only had a couple of fights, so it's not that big a deal. Sid! Sid made the airship. Where is Sid? Oh, he's not here. There is no Sid in this game. That's all we get, is that one reference. Why do you all have little doctor mirrors on your heads? Before you leave, legendary warriors, take this chime with you. It will grant you passage to the Mirage Tower. Now, I'm not saying the Lufenians are, there's not something going on here, but they all look exactly alike, so either they went through a cloning process, or there's been some eugenics in their past. Something's a little fishy about the Lufenians. Can't get this spell. Oh, I can. Sweet. Alright, so full life, the only reason we're coming over this far. And if you had a black mage, I kind of liked it better when this spell was called Nuke in the Nintendo version, because that was just fun. You got a nuke spell. Flare is more appropriate, and it's what the spell has been in most of the Final Fantasy series after a certain point. But you got a nuke spell, come on! That was awesome. Now let's see, one of these guys tells us a clue about something that... Is it you? No. Who is it? Who's the one I want to talk to? We came to believe that there was another entity controlling the four fiends. Here it is. To ascertain its location, we sent out 5 warriors. But much time has passed since we heard from them. I hope no harm has befallen them. Instead, they fell victim to the curse of the fiends and were turned into bats. Now, thinking back to part number 1 of this walkthrough, we walked into a room that had 5 bats in it. Totally coincidence, I'm sure. But yeah. There were 5 bats in the main room when we first found Garland in the main hall of the Temple of Fiends, or Chaos Temple, or Chaos Shrine, whatever it is in this version. And yeah, the 5 bats hanging out in the room with Garland. Those are the 5 Lufenians. Poor guys. They were forced to fly around. The finest swordsman in all Cornea, whatever it is, who got his butt beat by some level 5 or 6 warriors. I really kind of wondered then what happened, because are the Lufenian warriors just that weak that Garland was able to take them down and turn them into bats at that stage? Or did one of the other fiends step in and do something to him before heading off to, take over a shrine somewhere? Alright, here we go. Mage staff. Wizard staff. Healing staff. Let's see what we can do here. Yes, confusion, good. Confuse the wolves. Sweet. I absolutely refuse to go into a stop hitting yourself circle with these wolves attacking each other. It is kind of fun though. Really, the one that got flipped around, he gets to use the Ice Storm. Just in case. You're not really going to do any good. With a physical attack, alright, they're dead. Suppose I could have set him to attack anyway. I was hoping to give Palin room to use the healing staff. Okay, now we head over here and park there and sprint across the desert. Right, did not want to run into these things because they can do that. Come on, thank you, good lord. Escapade. Hey, that spelled just like escaped. Alright. I'm just gonna kick off tent. Sleeping bag even. A little disturbing that using one sleeping bag heals all 4 people. Don't want to think too hard about that one. I thought originally the sleeping bag was only supposed to heal 1 person. But apparently it is this game's version of the original tent, which is a really low hit point heal. Alright, now since we have the chime, we can get into this tower where on your first visit it takes a while to go through and raid everything because there's so much stuff in this tower and in the sky borders above it. And most of it's pretty decent. Who can and can't kill things. Excellent. I've not been paying that much attention to people's dance moves when they win the battle. It looked like there was something awesome going on there for a second. Alright, Nightmare down in 1. Healing, always nice. Palin, you're doing a good job. Nightmare down in 1, and Black Knight, who I believe originally in the NES version was just called the Bad Man, which is kind of a, it's a terrible name and yet kind of an awesome name at the same time. I just shield. You are going to use the wizard staff so you can confuse something. And Palin, healing going. This Kanan sure needs it. There, we can use a little bit of a top off there. Want to confuse some. Oh, you got one. Better than none. And oh, I got two. Man, just the sprite is so weird looking. Didn't even notice. Alright. Do it again. Thank you, Mr. Were-Tiger. Attacking your buddy and not me. No, yeah, you can't re-confuse someone and make them turn on you. That would be ridiculous. No, I skipped one of the chests in that room. I skipped it for one reason and one reason only. Healing Helm doesn't... See, Ninja could wear this, so in Final Fantasy 1, or this is Final Fantasy 1, in the Nintendo, in the original, getting the Healing Helm here was actually okay because you could put it on the Ninja and he can wear it, which means you had room in your inventory for someone to have the Healing Helm. It doesn't do you any good without in this version, so it's best to leave it off of him because that works just like the healing staff does. Now this is the only reason I left that chest there, just so I can go 1, 2, 3 for no apparent reason. Defender is better than the Vorpal Sword, and so is the Icebrand. The Vorpal Sword does nothing. More Black Knights. Snorted on me. Still got 8 hits in the knee. Took out half of the bad man. You can't snort on the ninja. He will out ninja you. God, darkness goes away at the end of the fight. And on you, and we're off to the next floor. It does matter who uses the weapon for the AoE damage. Hellhound, also something we should have faced in the volcano. They're probably going to get off Scorching Attack. Heal me before Palin does. Blaze, yeah, there it is. Not too damaging. But again, when you go through Gold Volcano for the first time and you fight a bunch of these at once, after having walked through a bunch of lava, then to have an AoE hit of a bunch of fire on you, it can get kind of annoying. But not really an issue for me, and the way we're set up to go here. Chimeras. Fun. Could not tell what they included on the Chimera sprite in the original game. You could make out the lion's head, and you kind of assume that the bottom one was the dragon's head, but the goat, I don't think I would. I don't remember guessing that that was a goat on there at first. downsides of the original low-bit graphic sprites. 8-bit, I guess you could just go ahead and call it. Speaking of which, if you are a fan of Final Fantasy I, and especially if you remember or played through the original Final Fantasy I on the NES, if you have not found it yet, go look up 8-Bit Theater. I believe it's called. It is a comic strip using all the original sprites as the characters. It is amazingly awesome. The Black Mage is, well, he's a little cringy towards the female White Mage, but aside from that, it is hilarious. I read through it, I want to say in college or something, or maybe it was after college is when I found it, but it, the adventure they go on, and because they go through parts of this game in its original form, and like Princess Sarah and Garland are not doing what you think based on this, and the heroes, the light warriors, are more or less sort of stumbling their way through things, and the fighter uses sword chucks. Sword chucks. Don't think too hard about that weapon, you will hurt yourself, much like he did. Alright, this is a good room to go in because this has a nice group of chests in the middle and has the next major thing that I'm looking for. You go ahead and use the wizard staff because now he is going to use the mage's staff, and nobody needs healing, so you kick off the gauntlets. Oh, those confused were-tigers. See, they're looking around because someone said, "Were-tiger, where? Were-tiger?" And they're trying to find the tiger now. I'm a dad. I have dad jokes. They're terrible, and I inflict them on my children all the time. Thor's hammer, that's what we want. Because now Palin has Mjolnir. Sunblade, I think Ninja could wield that. Yes, a little bit less accurate, like he misses. Tiny boost on attack power, but it then cycles Defender down to you, and the Ice Blade can be sold off now. Okay, Pyralisks. What do I need for you? I'm going to do AoEs to try and kill as many of you as possible in one shot. Nobody needs healing still, so we're just going to keep up with the AoE damage to kill her as fast as possible. Okay, Mummy goes down. Stack of wet toilet paper. Awesome. Kanan! Nice for joining us in the 400 Club. Alright, so now if you've made it all the way this far into the tower, and you have not made it to the waterfall yet, this dude here, I believe, gives you your first hint about where you need to be looking. Because in the original, like, you may have heard someone talk about something sparkly in the waterfall. You may or may not have talked to the right person. You don't know why. You need to go someplace. But this guy tells you, friend left on a journey to the west. Took the warp cube. Went to see our master. Who is who? They don't explain that part. I don't think. So many Medusas. So, we don't have the black thing yet. We're just going to use Mage's Staff. And yet again, Thor's Hammer. Yeah. Kane in there just to come in and finish it off. Alright, here we go. This guy's can be a bit of a jerk. But we should be okay. Blue dragon. Yeah, let's just do that. Just in case you do. Which you will with the evil thunderbolt, because damn, look at that damage. But look at that damage. Bye-bye. Possession of the warp cube is required to travel beyond to the Sky Fortress. Alright, the Flying Fortress, which I've heard described as a space station. It's not, just because we're above the clouds. We're in the clouds. We're not in outer space, necessarily. You know, you are going to use the healing helm. This is where having the helm and the staff can be nice, because when you take quite a bit of damage and you're a little low, you kicking off 2 heal items, you pop back up real fast. Yeah, see, we're already almost maxed. I did a little bit of healing at first, but you know, I used up Red Mage's healing spells, but aside from that, not that much. Alright, so now we will be raiding the Sky Fortress. Black Flower. Black Flower, my Chardonnay. Let's see what magic does. And go ahead and pick off Silver's Hammer. Okay, we're back to not being able to do any damage to these ugly things. Which, near as I can tell, based on the sprite, that's supposed to be like clinging to the invisible ceiling above them, and then the thing is gooping down from above. That's always been just a really weird appearance for the sprite. Razor, that is the poison sword. That will cast the Scourge spell when used in battle, and has a reasonable success rate, so it's nice on some, when there's a lot of bad guys. It can help sort of thin the herd out pretty fast. So it's worthwhile when you've got a large group of bad guys, but if you're doing 1 or 2 enemies, it's totally not worth it at all. So I'm going to go ahead and use it because Kanan can't do any damage to those things anyway. Gauntlets and Thor's Hammer. Get some left here. Good damage from fire off on these things. Scourge, let's see. We got 1. See, so when there's only a couple of bad guys on the screen, at best you're only going to probably kill 1 or 2, so you're almost better off just using regular attacks on things. But when there's 8 or 9 little things on the screen, sometimes you can really just sort of thin the numbers down a bit to help your main attackers take care of the rest. Money. So much money. Lots of money. More money than I could possibly need. Throws poison darts at me. Everybody missed. Everybody missed. That was a really worthwhile strike on y'all's part, wasn't it? I hope you feel good about that. You had the jump on me. You ambushed me. And all of you missed with your poison darts. You had 4 targets, and you still missed. Damage, offense abilities just really have taken off here. Again, this is one of the reasons why I like this setup, is because it's got, no, not that. It's got the magic you need. Don't. Oh, thank God. Earthquake, instant death if it hits. Don't like that at all. This team has the magic offense that it needs in a pinch. Again, you don't have the highest level black magic. I think we just got a protect ring that everybody already has. Yep. So you don't have access to flare, for instance. And there's a couple other high-end black magic spells that you just don't get. Most of the stuff you don't get is the instant death options that don't work anyway most of the time, and so there's not much point in having them. It's really an unfortunate part of the black mage, just that he gets all these wildly powerful instant death abilities that just don't work. And then again, since you only have a very limited number of them, you don't get that much option to use them. Nope, wrong one. Gauntlets. Do I need healing? Yeah. Nope, healing staff. That's good. I used the wrong stick with him. Alright, come on, kill some stuff. Make up for the fact that... Alright, you got one. Make up for the fact that I used the wrong item. Do it again. Nah. Alright, use the Major Staff. You use the Razor. For no apparent reason. You can stick with your gauntlets. Why? I'm looking weapons. And you go back to stats is the only one that's actually missing any health right now. Oh, see, look at that. I got two of them with that one. But there we go. Disco Fever, man. These are the stairs and the Sky Fortress. Little teleporter beams. Pet peeve in this one, that it starts you off to the side. It's such a tiny thing, but in the original, you started off on the actual teleporter when you came up. So you could you teleport up, and then you run straight down, no twists, turns, or anything to get to the next teleporter. And so it was just like one move faster. I don't know why that bothered me so much. I think it's just the fact that it was there. And the same thing happened in Bahamut's Cavern. When you're on that long walk, you come up and down the stairs, and it doesn't center you on the screen to be able to just take off for the next set of stairs. Such a minor thing, but yeah. And I think had I not had it on the original NES, I never would have noticed it not being there, and it wouldn't bug me. But it bugs me on this one, because it's not there. Alright, what do we got here? Diamond gloves, doesn't mean no good. Oh, that was finally, they got some poison going. They got Durzo. They got the ninja of all people. And then they got the monk. Like my two most agile, hardy folk got hit with poison darts. That's like insult to injury. Pretty good? Good enough? Alright. Which room is this? Nothing terribly interesting in this room, I don't think. Razor. Mage's Staff. Gauntlets. Everything's in good shape. Door. Door, you got the lightning. Bottle them up. Keep them contained. So just think about all the magic you'd be going through trying to do those fights if you didn't have those options. Hey, you waited for Palin this time. Good job, guys. Team player cannon. Race down here. This should be the black and white shirts, I believe. Suffering and stuff. Alright, yeah, black and white robes. Great items. Not the best armor. But they do have their uses. Does anybody... Yeah, I do need healing, so... You go ahead, we have the Mage's Staff, the Gauntlets, so you're going to need Razor, Mage's Staff, Gauntlets, and healing. Nice work there, though. So I'm doing AoE spells. It doesn't shorten the battle at all, really, by having Kanan use the Scourge. That maybe will kill something, but oh, I do have the black robe now. I could have used another AoE. Oh well. I was gonna say without another AoE option, there's nothing for him to do, and punching him doesn't do any good. So. Okay, they're not dead. Take the edge off in the afternoon. Alright, Magic, you. Yeah, alright, let's kick off some healing spells here. Just the only person who needed it. So I love the healing staff. Alright, now this is the useless room for me, but I'm going to go there anyway just because it's there. You poison them? Poison the manticores? That'd be awesome. Assuming anybody survives. I'm not gonna find out. Palin, you gotta be faster, man. I'm getting poisoned more than I remember being poisoned before. This is the adamant. Adamantine, what are they gonna call it? Adamantite. So this is what you would take to the Supersmith down the Dwarf Cavern from way back when, if you remembered him at all. And you take it to him, and he's like, dude, thank you, you found the super ore. I will now immediately make an awesome sword for you. And he gives you Excalibur, which only the super fighter, paladin, knight, whatever club they call it in this one, he's the only one that can use that. And so for this party, it's utterly worthless for me to have that. So black robe, there's Blizzara, Mage's Staff, Gauntlets, Thor. Everybody load up on the AoEs. Seriously? Again with the poisoning. I've played Knights of the Old Republic. I know you can heal yourself and get rid of poison cannon. You're choosing not to. Right, now we're using the healing staff. First person to Naga wins, you're dead. Elemental dead. Nice. Everybody leveled up. Good job, Kanan, keeping up with the rest of the pack. A little bit of healing in the meantime keeps everybody up and running. Cottage and Mithril Helm I don't need. We are coming up soon on the most frustrating chest in the entire game. It is the biggest troll they could have done to players in the original version of this game, and I kind of hate them to this day for it. Alright, let's see, which way are the chests? There's 2 rooms here that have chests in it. Maybe 3, but Terra. Yeah, you're not gonna last long enough to. I'm glad you did that, because, you know, waste your turn. Alright, this one has chest. Good. Alright, this is not the room I want. Protect ring. This one already have, right? Yeah, protect ring. Wait a second. Okay, now it's in the other room. Alright. A couple of good things on this floor that I really want. Alright. There's the room I want. Here we go. Alright, here we go. What do we got? Money! Yay! Protect cloak! Awesome! That's gonna go on Alan as the only person who does not get a shield. Now he does. You can find protect cloaks in the expanded content on the other versions and some of the bonus dungeons. Clothes. Clothes. That chest right there. The source of so much agony and irritation when I was a kid. Because like I said, you have 4 slots in your armor inventory per person. So all of them now have, at this point, something on their body for armor. Something on their heads, they got ribbons or leather helmets, or they've got something for their heads. With that last chest, one of your mages now has some sort of protection cloak on, so if you're rocking a black and white combo, you've still got 1 extra slot now. And then you've got protect rings and other things on their hands. So all of your 4 slots of armor are now taken up. And you find this chest in the Sky Temple. Surely it's gotta be something good, because you've found the white robe and the black robe, and you've found all the rest of this awesome stuff. You're like, oh, what am I gonna drop? I'll get rid of this item, and I'm gonna find clothes. And so you have to ditch something from your overfull 16 available slots inventory to get a pack of clothes. That chest right there is the ultimate troll by the devs, because they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew you had no inventory and that you would have to give up stuff, and you found a pair of clothes in the chest in the theoretically second to the last dungeon of the game. Yes, I am still bitter about that. It was an indignity suffered 30-something years ago, and I am still upset at them for that. So there's probably original Final Fantasy devs that are quite proud of the fact that people like me are still mad at them for that. They're like, it worked. We got another one. So if you are one of those devs, or you know one of those devs, and you come across this video somehow, let them know. They can be proud. It worked. There is at least one 40-something-year-old man out there who is still mad at what they did. Alright, let's see here. I don't think anybody really needs anything, but keep drop a healing just in case the vampire get off of attack. Because again, not really much for Paladin to do at this point if they don't do something like that. He's doing a good job of keeping everybody topped off. Now, is this the room? Nope. And it's not the room below me. Okay, it's the one that's on the left here. Fire Hydra! There's a joke there about fire hydrants, I'm sure. But these are definitely not going to be spewing out water at me, though. Alright, you are going to go ahead and use the razor just in case you can kill some of them really fast. You are going to kick off the ice. Nope, wrong robe. Yeah, see, white robe casts Invisra. Very useful on bosses. Free use of Invisra. And you are going to heal because they have AoE Blaze, which doesn't hurt too much until you get hit with 2, 3, 4 of them at a time. Then it starts to bother you. What do we got? Oh yeah, look at that. 3 out of 4. Gone. And Kanan comes along and mops up the rest. Nice work. Okay, what am I looking for is right in here, I believe. Healing health. Thank you. Another one turns to dust. Another one turns to dust. Yes, here we go. This is the room. Money, gold needle, whoop-de-doo. Money, money. And Sasuke's blade. This is the third strongest. It's only one better than the Sunblade. Or, really? I always thought it was a little bit better than that. Oh well. Accuracy is 100%. It is... The only weapons better than this are the Excalibur and the Masamune, which you find in the final dungeons, so, you know, good luck using that. And so yeah, so not having access to one of the strongest weapons in the game, and I think when I was playing this originally, when I found it, I didn't even know there was a Masamune in the final dungeon, and so this was the second strongest weapon in the game as far as I knew, and I did not have access to it. And that was what convinced me to try the Thief for the first time and play through, just so I could get the Ninja to then be able to use that weapon later on. And, you know, since considering the fact that it's changed my strategy and my preferred team comp for the rest of, you know, my Final Fantasy life, I think it was a good decision at the time. Alright, he's 100 and something down. That's worth it. Alright, that's enough. Back in healing range. So, that is the last thing that I really need to bother with in this tower. Right now, we're going to cast a little bit of healing options here. Look at it. Boom, 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 dead. Not that he wasn't doing that with the Sunblade anyway. Sunblade's good against undead, I believe. Because it's the Sunblade, sunlight, undead. You know, vampires especially, I guess. We're going to stop here briefly just to look at the glowing ball for some bizarre reason that's there. See how we can get healing off here since they're going to do that to us. Fire doesn't really mean anything at this point. Kanan gives up the book easily one-shot those things. I should probably heal with stats on these fights. 10 hits now, Kanan. Excellent. And Durzo's right behind you at 8. Cranking out the damage. We won't need the healing on the way out of here, so just do that faster. Talk to you real fast. Observation window. You can look at it on the entire world. Austin Powers writing those things, trying to control the volume of his voice. Observation window looks out upon the world. 4 forces of fire, earth, water, wind. Appears the mist covering to a single point at the center of the 4 altars. This must be the location of the Chaos Shrine! Which is where? Oh my goodness! Yeah, you didn't get this little video in the original. It just said the 4 forces of the things are converging at the Temple of Fiends, I believe it was called originally. And so you didn't get the cool optical image, you know, the cool image there of where to go at the end here after, because that's, you know, clearly you're supposed to go from here, fight the fiend, and then go to that spot right there, right? You're not supposed to just exit out of here after stealing all the stuff, looting the temple. By the way, in a video game, only time I ever recommend looting a temple. Just, you know. Alright, let's see what kind of damage we can do with these things now. Boom! Boom! 2 hits now on a Desert Road. And they go down. Now, respectable damage there, considering. But you get like nothing from that battle, nothing worthwhile anyway. Look at 477,000 gil. Don't think we need to worry about gil anymore. Sort. Weapons first, please. Then we're gonna go sell stuff anyway. Because you can't use... Can you use the Sunblade? Yes, you can. Excellent. Alright, even better. Even though we're not going to sell the Defender. Even though I don't know that I ever actually use it. in its intended purpose. Alright. So we're going to go set up our location for the next video, and then call it a video here. So at this point, now we just have to make a run down, raid the water shrine on our way down to kill the Kraken, kill him, turn around, go back to the Sky Palace, run up. We've already raided every chest in the Sky Palace. We just go run up and thwack Tiamat, and that's it. Stats looking a little low on health there, buddy. It's just absolutely destroying everything in sight. Love it. And like you've seen, I have not been grinding in this game at all. I ground at the very beginning to get the first, 5 or 6 levels before going and taking on Garland. And then I did just a tiny bit right before I went into the Marsh Cave for real. Not counting the time when I went to the Marsh Cave and got destroyed. And I did that mainly to get money. All that grinding was mostly just to get money to afford the early abilities. Did I need anything here from you? Yeah. Okay. Healaga, did I get? Okay, no. Healaga, yes. Null Death. I'll get it for you. We're gonna bother with a Palin. And since I have the money, was there anything else that I needed for you? I don't think so. Saber raises the caster's attack and accuracy. Only usable by the Black Wizard. Raise the attack strength on your Black Wizard, who at best has a little, a cat's claw dagger. Or if you were to give the Black Wizard the Masamune, because it can be equipped by anyone. I don't know why you need a high-level magic spell designed to boost the physical offense of your Black Wizard. That was some very poor planning on their part, I think. That is just an absolute waste of a spell. I don't know why they bothered. Alright, so everybody's healed. We are in good shape. This dragon's going to be very amazed that we look so spiffy. We got souped up by the Dragon King. So we're going to save and call this a video. Only 8 hours to get this far in the game. The final dungeon does take quite a while to get through, and hope to God that you don't die and have to start all over again on it. So next time we're going to go run down through the Water Temple, kill the Kraken, turn around, and probably hopefully in the same video run back up the Sky Palace and take down Tiamat, and then one more video after that for the Temple of Fiends, and we'll be done. So probably just these 2 more videos is what's left in the series. We'll see what happens to the end there. So thank you for watching. Please give a like on the video and come back for more later. And tell your friends. If you like Final Fantasy, you probably know someone else who does. So by all means, please share and invite other people to come and partake and hopefully be entertained. Thanks. Have a good day.